Greetings, all. Reflecting on week 12, your discussion about your agency's missions was very interesting. The agency's mission is a promise to the community. And just as with any promise, it's important to do what you say you're going to do. And if you don't, you won't be trusted. And it also incurs some internal dissonance. In the case of an agency, your reputation in the community suffers, and staff morale is another casualty. You've described some striking examples of situations in which an agency is not fulfilling its mission. As Melissa says, on the website through Reach Out, though Reach Out claims that we provide homemaker and chore care, in fact, we don't. As Samantha points out, the mission statement does state the agency honors all sacred traditions, but I have seen a lot of Catholic-based decor that could offend other religions. And this is critically important. It's very important for people to feel welcome and to feel that they are reflected in an agency or in even the office of a professional helper. When one point of view or belief system is displayed in an agency context, it does make people who don't follow that particular belief system, it does make people feel alienated. And the same is true of the demographic representations in the agency. The most egregious example of this that I can think of at the moment is visiting a school in the Navajo Nation primary school, and depicted across the perimeter of the room were images of white people, white presidents, etc. And you could see how that would be a bit disoriented for Native kids. Indeed, the vast majority of presidents have been white, but there are many people from diverse backgrounds who have made major contributions, and those faces should be there for kids to see as well. And Angie points out another example. At the end of the vision statement, they claim that the company is individualized to every child, but the home that I work for is run like a military type house. So that's a perfect example of a situation in which the agency mission is not fulfilled in practice. As Nice points out with regard to Amber's agency, services as mandated by law and regulation will be in the least intrusive manner with a family-centered focus. This is an example of a very clear part of a mission statement that guides practice. And of course, the connection between the mission statement and the practice is made by leadership. It's one of the leader's responsibilities to make sure that practice is informed by and directed by the agency's mission. And several of you describe situations in which this does take place. For example, Yureen points out, we're reminded about our mission every week by the CEO in our weekly huddle email, which includes inspirational stories from patients and the progress made to keep helping patients in need. That's a great example. As Nice points out, this keeps everyone on the same page. Another theme that emerged from your conversation is that of limited resources and excessive caseloads. Some of you described agencies very creatively finding ways to fulfill their mission, even with very limited resources. And others described times when that didn't actually happen. For example, Amber's description of a worker nonchalantly throwing a case file in the closed pile, as you say, like a dystopian assembly line. You also discussed overdue or absent individual education plans. These kind of situations are where your advocacy is so important. The agency is there to serve clients, but sometimes the first problem that has to be addressed is in the agency itself, and the extent to which the agency is actually fulfilling its mission. So you will be the ones to create that continuity, to advocate for continuity between the agency mission and actual practice. So keep in mind that sometimes your agency will be the identified patient, so to speak, and the target of your intervention efforts. And that can be tricky when you are employed there. But nonetheless, there are many creative ways to make sure that agencies fulfill their responsibilities to clients. And I am hoping that you get more and more creative in making sure that that happens. Wonderful conversation.